This is your museum where the public is invited to.
See, yes.
You officially have an opening, or is just that this is from your heart?
This is from my heart that a lot of people ain't aware about it because I never really advertise it.
Right.
And it's just meeting Masimba tell me, he say, well, boy, I feel like coming and see what's going on with you, because it's time now. You get up, you're sleeping too long.
Yeah.
And you know how much Saturdays left, so let the people see what you do with your Saturdays.
Right.
So I come and I think this, and nice to see Makimba stay with me because he come from the beginning, the imagination to the end of the imagination. And it was good.
But in terms of like, have you ever thought of training youngsters in the art of woodcraft and so on?
Yes, I do white tap for a few years. Then I do in the prison the community-based projects in Golden Grove.
Right.
Yes, I do a few cycles in the community. With the community. Well, along in my village, I do a little bit. So I only want to get a place that I could build a structure and teach youth something. Because I have big children and good jobs and things, and I never had a job.
Right.
I independent from ever since. And people could come and see me independence. So when I do so, I feel like I make a lot of people independent and don't be dependent.
Right. So people can make a living from the craft. Good.
I make a living
but
from this.
How did you start about doing this this craft?
Well, in 1986, Mr. Robinson come in power, and Mr. Robinson, like, words that he used, I see like it making a lot of sense. He said, because to have something, you must have something. And if you don't have anything, you wouldn't be able to get anything and do anything. So to have something, you must have something. So when I do something, I say, well, I ain't really have no job, but I had to look for something. And I choose a side that it hardly have people doing it, that I could get something to see about my children, because people hardly do it, and when they see it, it's well appreciated.
Right.
So thanks to the people who really support me. A lot of people support me all around, because I go by the Savannah for Carnival for years with NCC. NCC give you a lot of advertisement as artists. A lot of people, I give 10 exhibitions in Sangre Grande Civic Center as Black Strangers.
Right.
I start with 6 booths and I end up with about 25 booths. And well, I didn't get no help, and I'm a little changed, I get exhausted.
Right.
But I really want to do something for the entire community.
I remember there was one year when you did a small but exhibition in the FCB Bank, Sangre Grande.
Yes.
Right.
Take part in the bank there. And for Emancipation, I keep 2 fashion shows. Masimba was there. 2 fashion shows on the side between Westport and Royal Castle.
Right.
I really like to deal with children. So we had a children, and we had a lady from Valencia named Cheryl. You introduced me to Cheryl.
Right.
Cheryl deal with the little girls that we take 8 countries, and she tell them, your country said this and this, and good night and blessings, and it was great. It was a nice effort.
Where you original? In fact, how old are you, Mr. Wells?
Well, I born the 27th of October 1948.
What?
So I'm supposed to be about 75, 76.
So you have some good moons under here?
Yeah. So it's some good calendar.
Right. Yeah, but where are you originally from?
I originally from Sangre Grande, come as a baby. No, I am a Wells. No, Wells have Sangre Grande and Manzalina have a lot of wells. And when my father bring my mother from Sama to Sangre Grande. And when he make us well, I know a lot of people know me because they know wells and things. But it was so much of us. And Sangre Grande in that time, it didn't have anything. You know, so we migrate to Samo. Book Manatus, Lower Santa Cruz, and it's there where I go to be big, and then I go on the Beatum and live. And from the Beatum, when I see how the people living in 81, how I see the people living on the Beatum, I say, well, I want to get away from this kind of living because my children showing me, you know, what they want to be. So I move out, and when I move out, I think I stay. Well, when I get old now, I see my children really. I really have a vision for my children. I have children in high places. You know what I mean? With a nice job and everything with company. You know, and I work with my hands.
Right, so you've been doing what you're supposed to do as a man in the society.
Yes, I see about my family, I build my house, you know, with my hands. I never had a job. So I figure that a fella could be successful in a big way without having a job. It's how we think. You know, because nobody never teach me to think. You know, and when you do so, thinking is something that you must develop within your own imagination. So I think.
But where you want to take this, and what you want to tell the people of Trinidad and Tobago in terms of this this art form?
Well, I want to tell the people in Trinidad and Tobago right now, nobody can help nobody. People have to help themselves. And the youths, people moving away from the youths. And when they move away from them, they'll get worse. You know? So I want to have government. I want government to give me a place that I can leave a legacy. You know, because this is an art that died in the world. You know? And this will come back to life again if the youths accept it in Sangre Grande. Because I might be able to go, you know, nationwide, but I could select a zone in where I feel that, you know, appropriate for me. But I feel, you know, Sangre Grande is a nice place. It have nice people. You know, a lot of intelligent people come from here. So, but I'm glad to see, you know, through well, Masimba, I feel well I reach in some way because Masimba is a fella of a wide imagination.
How often so you do work? Do you do this every day, or is when you feel like it?
No, I do it every day. Because sometimes in the night when I lie down and I give my Father thanks and praise, like I just see things, you know. And when I see things in the morning when I get up now, I want to put what I see into effect. So when I see it now, I take up a piece of wood. And what I see, I leave. And what I see, I dig out.
Right.
You know, like this, for instance, this cashew here, right? I'm watching a cashew on the 3 day and the night I lie down. And I say, but wait now, just how that cashew is I could make that, you know. And I went and checked the bones, you notice the different bones?
Yeah.
I checked the different bones in the leaf. And I picked the branch. And I watch the branch and I bring it out to this. And at least anybody see this, well, you know, there's a real cashew.
How old were you when you did your first piece?
Well, Mr. Robinson did come in 86. I started in the 90s with a fella they called Selwyn Richards on the Beatum. You know, because I used to live in Hilliard and Selwyn Richards used to do it. He used to lock up in the house and do it. You know, and I used to sit down there and watch him, he's smoking whole day, and I watching him, and like it get in me, and I get to do it better than him. And he stopped. Like he was to give me the inspiration.
What age were you, sir, approximately?
Well, I was 40, 50, I was in my 30s. Yeah.
This how long this quota farm took you to make?
About 2 months.
About 2 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this is a heater they use before this one.
The steam heater?
Yes. the steam heater.
Wow, you wouldn't see that again.
No. I go in the museum and all and I see it. You know?
Yeah.
And when you do something now, I want to see, I believe it have much places in Trinidad with things like these.
Oh, great.
You know? Because then I have Sangre Grande 100, picture of Sangre Grande 100 years ago, the Valencia stretch 100 years ago, you know. This picture here is Valencia stretch 100 years ago. You know, that's how the stretch was. You see, it looked like it didn't have picture. It looked like it was Pitron is the road.
Yeah.
Like it starts with that. You know?
The Valencia stretch.
Yeah, this is the Valencia stretch. And I get this from a mister who used to control the police band they call Prospect.
Oh, the musician, the musical director.
He used to direct the police band.
Great,
His son gave me this. And the writing, the 100 years, it way out in the back. That is Valencia stretch, and I have Sangre Grande 100 years ago too, you know. Look at it. You know, if you watch it carefully, you will see where the station still is. You know, where this was Salim building. This is the way the cooperative was, where the police, where they had a little craft booth and thing now. You know, 100 years ago. So you find we have some artifacts. You know, we have a few artifacts that I have intentions of going to the principals of the Ministry of Education and see if I could get some children who doing art, right, to come and visit it and write essay about the art that we can make a little book. So it will comprise our children in Toko Sangre Grande visit this. You know, and I will organize a little trip. They could go to Begu the winner because motivation, because it's children going to school. They come and write an essay on what they see. You know, so when the Ministry of Education sees us, you find the principal go call a kit. So you're on target.
Right.
You know, but it's nice. And you see, artifacts are which part you live, and the country is a nice thing. It is a real nice thing. So, that is me. When you do something and I didn't have nothing to do, and I say, let me draw out a gun.
Now looking like a 12 boy.
Yes. I say, let me draw a gun. And when you do so, a lot of people watch.
Do let a police see you with that and they think it's a real one, you know?
Yes, plenty people tell me that they say, but that thing dangerous, boy. and I say, I just say I have nothing to do.
Right.
You know, and this piece, I make this piece for a fella in Cuba, right? A fella in Cuba, I make this piece for him. Now, like he was a gangster. And he have a pity. And he come now and he ask me, say, Rasta, you could do this? I say, yeah. When you do something, he say, I go bring the picture. She went and photocopy it and bring the picture. I bring it to this end, but I only have now to put in the 2 magazine. But I say, I want to dig in the magazine, I go burn it. Like how I burn do beyond that.
Right.
You know?
What's that? Do?
Yeah, do be on that.
Do be on that.
Yeah.
So it's a message you eventually wanted to send right there.
Yeah, because he bring the message.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't think it is. He won this, he bring the picture. And then I explained him this wing, the gun is death. He's the angel of death.
Oh.
You know, the gun, the reed. You know, before you take it to death.
Oh gosh.
When I do so, I see on the picture.
But you know, interestingly enough, the gun itself representing the bird and the eagle wings,
yes,
and it's almost like a messianic picture.
Good. And he had that. He wanted to put a tattoo with it. Yeah. And he asked me if I could do it.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, I could do that. Yeah. You know, when you do something, the man come. When you see it, so God has started, I love it. You see here, you see, whole 1,500. I said, oh, nah, I want to get all. I want to buy a power wash. He said, right. Next thing, about a week after I seen on the TNT, they killed the man. Me know the man name good. You know, I end up with it. I know 1,500. I ain't doing that again. If you bring a down payment, I ain't refusing that.
Oh, cool, yeah. You don't know, we don't know the our number.
And I don't know where the man living.
Yeah.
And this is for the future talking about.
Yeah.
See what they say?
Yeah.
They bring on the future say.
Yeah.
When they get the man.
Right, cool.
Stay back there.
Very, very, very interesting, Mr. Wells. And what is your full name? Say it slowly so that the audience and the people of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean and the rest of the world will know it clear and clean.
Reynold Wells.
Reynold Wells.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. In terms of your siblings and family, how many brothers and sisters you have, and any one of them been involved in the art form?
Well, all my brothers and sisters do it. Because when they do so and we growing up, my father tell me, well, we ain't talking discrimination and things. But my father is African and my mother is Indian. And my father tell me, oh, you're going to work for African? When will you work for African? Will you going up like me? Will you going to have nothing? You say, look at him, all I have is Ole. What I told you? It's about 11 of us. And my father didn't have no job. My father used to make a little thing and walk and go shop on. I said, everybody know him and sell incense and what kind of thing to mind.
Right.
So he do anything, so they use all the brain. And we use it. I have a brother in Manzan Jams. See, I want to display. Yeah.
All right.
And my sister, all of them just do things like this. I just do the carving, them will do things like these.
Right.
You know, them will make jewelry. You know, locally assembled jewelry.
But with a serious combination of you and your siblings, all could
we could
do something big.
Because look at this one here. This piece I would have take it up in a bin. I do this. And I come and I make a mirror with it.
Hanging mirror.
Yes. So you find out when the lady, you know, them woman and them like to make up.
Yeah.
When they ready to make up, they could just unhang it. When I put in the hinges there, hang it and put it on a table so and lean it to them.
Wow. So
and do the makeup.
It could be on the wall and on a table.
And on a table.
Fantastic.
You know.
Fantastic. You use the word imagination several times. Definitely you're creative where that is concerned.
When they do so, I see people kicking piece of PVC, little piece of PVC, so all about.
Yeah.
They kick a little piece of 5 inch, so I cut it in half, and I just make shack. And to get all we got in the shack, you have to boil it.
All right.
You know, and when you boil it, it just come like water.
Oh, interesting. Never knew that.
So I come now and I put in the piece of PVC.
Yeah.
And I take a 10-pound hammer and I rest it on it. And it remains.
So you boil the PVC, the piece of PVC, and
in the hot water with the calabash.
And you just rest it.
And it started dancing.
Oh, great.
And I rest it flat.
So that is how you could flatten a piece of PVC.
Good. And I make this with it.
Well, I hope Trinidad and Tobago could understand that PVC can be used and you could flatten PVC by boiling it in hot water and placing something heavy on it.
That you could make little other stuff with it, not only water. Because I have some pieces on the ground where I do with some jewelry. And it's little pieces to cut it in thin, less than quarter inch.
I've seen a piece to the back here looking somewhat it's looking like your work.
Nah, that piece is not mine. But I like to take nothing and make something. I find you could do business, you could start a business and you don't have to have a course. It's how you think You know?
Yeah.
It's how you think. If you think you can't start a business, you have to have money to start a business, you're wrong. You don't have to have money. You have to have the energy within your head.
Ideas bring money.
Yes. Because the other day, I watched a fella tie a goat over there. And when he tied the goat over there, it have a white bird. Stand up on a little branch, right?
Ibis.
And stretching himself to pick out the tick from the goat. And I watch it until the bird flies. It remain in my head. You know, and I come and I make the bird. And you know, everybody say, Daddy, white bird. And I just watch it just so, and I say, I will cut it out. I leave what I see, and what I see, I cut out.
Right.
And that's about it, you know. Leave what you see, because you will see something, you know. You know, because as you just do it, and you pass in the road, and you take up a piece of board, so you just see something on it.
Right. Your imagination comes into
so
play.
when you see something in it, you know what you see. So your hand now has to direct you on what you see.
Great.
And what you see, you're cutting off and leave what you see. Or like these here. Or like these. It has no drawings of these eyes, my imagination.
That come from the brain.
You know, before you was Rasta, and then after you come, you just say bald head.
Bald head.
You know? So, and when you do so now, and you come bald head now, you're walking anyhow, your breast outside, you care, but Rasta, you have discipline and respect.
Great.
You know, and you go reward, you jump ship, you start to be anyhow, you're going with the multitude and leave the little minority. You know, so you just get your own vibes, you know.
And I can see you have some of the long-term lamps that you convert here into electricity.
Yeah, well, I find we forgetting where we come out. And I know myself as a little fella, we have lamp. And when you do something, after come a big man, TV, current, everything, and we abandon, we come out. So I just do something and say, I can buy the shade, cut some pieces of wood and make a lamp.
Nice.
You know?
But in terms of safety, do you think that is a safe? It's a safe?
Yeah, because it wouldn't fall out.
And of course you can make it a little tighter.
No, not that. When the bulb go, the height tight, it wouldn't be able, it could lean down so it wouldn't fall.
Or the bulb would sort of be touching it as well. Right, cool.
You know, and you buy cold bulb. You buy the bulb what will get hot.
Right. Understood,
So you find good business. I did try to come and break that in. She just want to go inside that thing. What she go inside that thing?
Now, your museum, right? This is a museum you're opening here, right? You would have any charges for people, or for now it's open to anyone, or is that the case maybe?
Being as well, people will hardly buy. We could have a contribution bucket or a contribution something that, you know, somebody do something and say, great work, because our visitors book the amount of people from all over. And say, great work. And if I had a contribution box, I would have gathered something. But I do have that.
You got to think about it?
Yes. I had to think about
Have you ever thought about speaking to the ministry? Of course, this piece of work that we're doing here, we're hoping that members of the Ministry of Education and other departments, culture and so on, will get the message and at least, you know, negotiate with schools in the area to come pay a 2 hours visit to the children, and children who probably showing that kind of inclination to go in this direction with their fingers and their hand, because you know everybody can't be academics, right?
Yes.
And of course, sometimes by bringing children into this fold within a class of 20 or 30 children, you might have 3 or 4 that say, good, I love this, and they make the career out of it, you know?
So true.
And hopefully the ministry would give approval to some of the schools, you know, to pick a day, you know, maybe just before the holiday or some kind of thing like that. And, you know, of course, hoping that the ministry would contribute something to your survival, because this is a lot of years of hard work, you know.
Yes.
Hopefully, this could go to the right air.
Brother Simba, I agree with you, because I feel